Our next speaker is no stranger to CIECT, e-learning, ICAMBA. He's come a long way, and he will be graduating in September, so he'll be Dr. Thembinkosi Maphosa. And his title is Enhancing Sustainable Collaborative Teaching and Learning with the University ICAMBA Platform. Thank you. You can take that.
Okay. Good morning once again. The title of my presentation is Enhancing Sustainable Collaborative Teaching and Learning with the University ICAMBA Platform. Just to say, I've been not new to the ICAMBA with Norina. I've always been going there up and about, and really thank you for the great assistance throughout my academic journey. Then also, my presentation will be a bit different, like from others. Others I could see they were very much practical, but you see with us in the MS, we like to sometimes also at the end of the day come up with a paper from whatever we present. So it's going to be more structured in a paper type of a format. So I'm going to have the introduction, the ICAMBA platform, 5E model framework, methodology, lessons learned, recommendations, and integrated framework and references. But don't worry much, it won't take too much time. They're just a few slides which have synchronized in the process. Then more broadly, we're saying that the ICAMBA platform, from the journey and how I've also been exposed to it since all my academic journey, it takes a stance of the SDGs 4 and 17, whereby we are enhancing issues of quality education through collaborations. Like, for example, ICAMBA platform has been a great collaboration with the teaching and learning platforms. And also, in this space, I'm going to also share my experiences, or more or less my observations through, for example, month 315, month 709, month 720. And if you happen to see all these modules, they cut across EMS from the Department of Management and Entrepreneurship, the Department of IT, Information Technology, Department of Finance. So there are some observations that I've done, and even on my dashboard, all these modules, they're all reflecting there. And the main aim is also to the challenges. What were the challenges with this, with student accessibility rate? At the same time, how can we better improve student accessibility rate using this ICAMBA platform? Then, as you also know, but not taking you for granted, ICAMBA platform is a platform which is technology-based, as which we've also been alluded by my previous presenters, which supports research, postgraduate and undergraduate initiatives, library, postgraduate report, residential support services, flipped classroom approach, and also even with the previous presenters, the home page itself, it encompasses issues around the welcome messages, announcements, course resources, ICAMBA meetings, hybrid sessions, discussion forums. But again, not forgetting that it again comes at a background of the SDGs 4 and 17. Then in my study and in my observation, I would like also to link the ICAMBA platform with what I call the 5E model framework. So this framework is a development also from previous authors, like, for example, Atkin and Klopas, that was 1987, which was further developed by other authors like Rogers, Atkin, and the whole essence about ICAMBA, which I'm also going to further speak about, is to engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate. Because this also is coming from a background, for example, you find that even with, as you have all these variables with you on ICAMBA, there's still a challenge that I've also observed with my students across the years. I post like assessments on ICAMBA, I post announcements, I post whatever valuable information which is supposed to assist them. But the same student, after maybe 2 or 3 days, comes back to our WhatsApp group and says, say, when is the due date? Is there an assignment? So what I've really developed over the years, and this is not only me, the lecturer who's quick to respond to such inquiries, but also my very own class rep also sometimes has to chip in that, but there's a you even take a screenshot from a Canva to put it here on the WhatsApp group. So what I've also done over the years, I've actually even bought a bigger phone, only for my class groups, yeah. And this is now only for the individuals. So this is how I've now even worked around his engagement with my students. So I guess there's also need through CIT and Canva to find a way how can the Canva be blended with mobile phones, so that student and lecturers continuously have that conversation. Then, as I said, the methodology of everything comes at a naturalistic observation technique, whereby I've observed student access and navigation of the Canva platform through these various modules across the EMS department from 2002 up to date. And the findings and recommendations are also based on my observations and also the 5E module that we are also intending to create, and also a sustainable Canva platform framework. Then the lessons learned, like also what I've said, students only, as you can see, which is boldly highlighted, students only engage on these platforms if they are only reminded through the WhatsApp platform or any social media platform, like also my previous tutors also, lecturers have also said. There's also need to encourage navigation and usability, and also there's still a lack of participation and engagement, especially when it goes to discussion forums. Because many cases I have to remind students that there's a discussion on the platform, so there's still need for us to then the recommendations is most importantly to encourage active participation, especially on those discussion forums, but also to assign maybe marks. Because what I've really liked, what I've really realized and observed throughout my journey is that students who are in love with marks. So anything that is aligned with marks, they would die for it. So that's another thing that I've really discovered, and as an incentive to navigating in Canva. Also encouraging students to, via the communication platforms like the WhatsApp group, like what I've also showed you here, and also encouraging through my graduate assistants, tutors, class reps, and also fellow students, even also uploading of documents and giving them feedback through the Canva platform. And also, most importantly, also engaging in live activities, like instead of solely going for Google Meet, Zoom, also encourage lecturing through those live platforms. Then the last key takeaway, which I also further want to develop, is that, as you know, like what I said, in EMS, we usually like to write papers. So this is a model that I'm intending to come up with in a paper format. So we are saying that for us, at the end, to have a sustainable teaching and learning through a Canva, we should have these tools and resources, which are the inputs, lecturers, facilitators. At the same time, they should also encourage a smooth flow of knowledge transfer process, which has got an engagement through this 5E model, which encourages engagement, exploration, explaining, elaborate, and evaluation. But most importantly is the issue of feedback. We should always have that feedback, and feedback also should come up in a way that it should be implemented. So that was in brief with me and these other references before you. I say thank you for such a great audience, and questions, contributions are welcome.